So, taking a closer look at the Steam Deck and the new OLED model, you'll notice that there's not much difference between the two when viewed from the outside. Besides the new and the beautiful 90Hz OLED display, there's a lot of other things that have also been upgraded on the new Steam Deck models. So I've got the limited edition model, which is only available in the US and Canada, and this comes with a smoky translucent case and orange accents all over. The ABXY buttons are also much darker on the OLED model, and from what I understand and what I've noticed so far, Valve has done some upgrades to the joysticks, the touchpads, and other buttons on the OLED model to make them work better than they did on the OG model. The carrying bag also saw some upgrades in functionality. I always thought the design used on the OG model made it very bulky, but it looks like Valve made upgrades to work on just that with the new model. Now it's essentially two carrying bags built into one. There's a smaller carrying case nestled inside the much larger one, and this makes it so much more portable to bring the deck around. Keep in mind that all accessories that can be used with the OG models can also be used with these new OLED models since they have the same exact dimensions, which means if you have a different carrying bag you already use, that's also going to work for the new models. The display is one of the biggest upgrades that was done, and when compared, you can easily tell that the OLED model has a much better display. It's much brighter, colors pop better, contrast is a lot deeper, and everything just looks so much better on that 90Hz display. The screen is also a slight bit larger on the OLED model than it is on the OG model. Both models still use the same AMD chip for processing, but it's been optimized to be more efficient on the OLED models, helping the battery last longer. This doesn't mean more performance gains, so do not expect the new OLED models to run games much better. As for storage, there's still multiple options to pick from, but the 1TB variation is a welcome new addition since the 512GB model, which I had, got filled up pretty quickly. More storage is always great, and I'm sure not everyone wants to pry open their SD just to increase storage. The speakers also saw a bit of an upgrade, so they now sound louder with more bass, which was definitely noticeable. The battery size is also much larger now, and with the OLED display consuming less power than the LCD one on the OG model, that means the deck should be able to hold out for much longer than before. The quoted battery life is now 3 to 12 hours, up from 2 to 8 hours on the OG model. And the battery life is one of the biggest problems on every handheld I've touched, so this is huge. The new OLED models also use Wi-Fi 6E, which is great for faster download speeds and better cloud or remote play game streaming. So if you use Moonlight or even PS Remote Play on your Steam Deck, this is going to be great. The entire thing is also now much easier to repair since it uses machine screws with metal bosses on the rear cover. For example, replacing the OLED display apparently no longer requires taking off the rear cover, making it much easier and faster to do. Anyway, let's check out some gameplay comparison between the two models. I'll be using the same settings on both consoles throughout, and I will not be talking, so thank you guys for watching. If you made it to this point of the video, I will catch you guys in my next video. It's Tommy, and I'm out, y'all.
Our next caller was involved in a frightening hostage situation. Tell us about it, please.
Oh my God, I thought I was gonna die, but Spider-Man...
So after a police officer called me out on social media for being too hard on Spider-Man, and it went viral and people just wouldn't shut up about it, I agreed to a debate. Officer, welcome.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, so me and my guys went to shoot out with some desperate characters who had nothing to lose. I mean, they didn't care if we all lived or died. And somebody would have.
Reflex! Scope! Long shot!
Goes for the surprise rush in. Almost had it, but it gets blocked. Drive impact is blocked, but takes a bite out of the drive gauge to apply some pressure.
Big counter!
Blows him. What's next? Taking stock. The grab misses. Player 1 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. Knockdown. Their life is looking critical, and they can't rely too much on drive either.